Hello and welcome to Berringer, and I just wanted to talk to you today about my fiddle yard, which will be worked upon, and I wanted to do a before and after kind of shots to show you what it is like before and what it's like after. Currently the fiddle yard starts here at the tunnel end, if I show you from my Pico. And this is the tunnel end, and it comes out into the fiddle yard at the back here. Now, I live in a studio flat, and so therefore it has to look pretty good, which is why I have framed it all the way along the layout, as you can see. And I'm going to be doing the same down at this end and painting it, and as you can probably tell, if I sort of pan out a bit, you can see it comes out to my bay window here. So that's how it's all constructed, how it cuts across my bay window. And all of this will be framed in the same way as that has been framed, so that's all going to be brown along here. And also the actual boards will be painted. As you can see, there was some overpaint here in the blue, where originally this was going to be more of a scenic section, but this has now become the fiddle yard. There'll be some more roads across. So this will all be painted with some more roads all the way down, and fiddle yard actually finishes around this bend here. Now when you get to here, you see that we're crossing the hinge section, and as you can see in the background, that's my kitchen, and this section here is hinged and it will fold down, because the whole point of it originally was that the layout was going to go all the way across the kitchen, all the way along here. And where I built this little shelf here, it was going to run along here, all the way along here, and then if I quickly zoom across, back over that end there, which was to make a complete loop, but that's not going to happen now. So this shelf will remain as is, and the layout will effectively terminate here at the end of this section here, where there'll be a head shunt from the fiddle yard. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like at the moment. This is going to be, again, all framed. This is going to have a head shunt on it on this end. It'll all be painted up, and as we go back around here, again, this will be painted up too, like I said earlier. So this is kind of like the before and after. So this is what it looks like currently at the moment. And the construction of all of this was done very simply using my table saw, which I showed you earlier. And it gives you this nice fits. There's no unsightly gaps or anything. It's nice and straight. It fits all perfectly, and that was the benefit of having one of these table saws, to be able to do things like that. So this is the before, and stay tuned, and I will show you what it looks like when it's finished. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome back to Berringer. Now let me just give you the story so far update. It's not finished as yet, but as you can see, I have freshly repainted the whole of the fiddle yard, so it's all nicely done and uniform and tidy all the way around here. There are a few little marks, so here by the light bulb, and also I'm just here just to be tidied up, which will be fine. I can be doing that. The next thing so far I've done is I've framed it, so it's now level with this one, and this frame in here will be the same colour as that, so that'll be repainted, but that'll be another day. As you can see, it's slightly lower on this outside edge, and it's framed all the way around, and it just makes it look so much more tidier. And on the hinge section too, as it's raised, you can see again it's all been framed around the back here, and then this will drop off. This has had some new MDF all the way down, and it's also been framed all the way along here. And then this is where the hinge section finishes, and this is where the proposed extension was going to be. Now I don't think I'm going to be using it, but I've left it open in a just in case scenario I decide to, so it's not going to cause any trouble. So if I sort of pan out a bit, you can sort of see how it all looks. As you can see, there's my kitchen in the background. and as we go around you can see from a distance what it's about and how it looks, and basically it looks like a lot of wood, and it is, but it'll all be repainted and it'll all look pretty smart once it's all done. I haven't finished, like I said, not by any stretch of imagination on it, but it now looks tidy and presentable, because obviously this is my studio flat, so if anyone comes to visit me I want it looking presentable. The back bit will be also painted, so basically it just doesn't look untidy, and that's pretty much how I want to do it. So yeah, so once all the track's laid and there's some trains on it, I will show you the finished article. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next part. Welcome back to Berringer, and this is now 90% completed the fiddle yard, as I showed you before, and it was painted. The frame was yet to be painted, so that's now been completed, and as you can see there's some tracks running on it, and if I just pan around I'll show you exactly what's been done. I mean, as you can see by the board, I've got 7 roads to my fiddle yard, and that's just to make it easier for me when I'm looking at a distance, where knowing exactly where the trains are going to go. And as you can see, in road number 1 is my set. There's nothing on number 2, but that will become clear shortly. On number 3 you've got the tankers pulled by my 60, which is at the other end, and on this one I've got my rail tour coaches, which is pulled by my Lima 50, my old Lima 50 I should have had. On number 5 we have my Sir Rowland Hill Red mail train. On number 5 we have my 2-car DMU, followed behind it by the single car Network South East bubble car. And on the far end, on number 7, is my 3-car DMU. I think I may have said that this was on number 5, but it's actually on number 6. All of this was made, well, this board has been made over the last few days, just scrap wood, and I've got some wooden numbers from a stationer's, and then I've just painted them up. I think it makes it look a bit more tidy and professional, quite like it. So you can see the board has been painted in this sort of neutral brown colour. The back board has also been painted white. This has been in the usual brown, which now runs all the way across the layout, all the way down the other end, and all the way along here. And it's also been dressed with these little strips here, just to make it look really tidy. So as we go along here, again it's all been painted, and it's got the strip wood just down up to here. And as you can see, here's my 60 at the other end with the tank wagons. Now we come to the river kitchen, I suppose, in the sense of it's a hinged bridge section, and it's just going over my kitchen, across my kitchen, and as you can see there is actually a truck running on it for the first time, where my Helgen 47 petroleum sector is just waiting to depart as a demonstration. So if you bear with me a minute, we'll get that going. As you can see, my 47 is now trundling along as it makes its way around the layout. As it comes along, you'll see that it will come through track number 2. Now as you can see, it's just approaching the layout scenic section with its tanks, and it will eventually just come to a halt at the end of the platform there. This is just because at the other end we haven't quite finished it yet, as I've been working down at the other end at the fiddle yard. Also, because of my work to the fiddle yard, it's created additional work down below underneath the layout with wiring, which is what I've been busy doing today. And as you can see, there's a whole wire bundle that's had to be fed through, and again, because it's in my studio flat, I needed it looking tidy. So as you can see, it runs all the way along and underneath. If I just switch the lights on, there are some lights on under here. and there you go, so you can see it a bit clearer. And that wire bundle runs all the way along, all as tidy as I can get it, basically. And then this is my control panel, which I have put together through yesterday and today, and basically I've labelled it, and these are all isolation points throughout the layout, and these are all the power points. It's run on a DC circuit, it's not DCC at all. It's just an expense that I just can't afford, to be quite truthful. This is my bookcase on its side, and basically the panel is hidden at the base of the bookcase, so basically it's concealed, so when people come to the flat then you're not going to see a huge panel with all these switches and dials and things, although I haven't wired the points yet at all, or put any point motors in, so that may change that. I wanted all the switches to be the same, so it all looked neutral. The codings are quite simple. FYR is the Fiddle Yard Road, and the number on the top of the board over the far side will indicate what the switch is for. So there's an isolating point on the Fiddle Yard Road 6, and that is obviously Fiddle Yard Road 5. There's also one at the tunnel end, so you can shunt between the head shunt, which is over the far side, which you saw the 47 start out, to the tunnel. So if you wanted to isolate just that section, you can run a train between the head shunt and the tunnel without it interfering with the station end. There's also a couple of isolating points on platform 1 and 2, and also there's some power points throughout the free section. There's 3 points for power. Also, this is on the hinge, so this can be opened. If I open it up, you can see the wiring inside. So basically, if I need to get to the wiring, it's all hinged, so it's accessible. I do need to get a magnet for it though, just to keep it secure and closed. But all that just takes time. I'm quite happy with it. I'm still not happy with these wires here, but there's only so much space where I can put these wires. I've tried to tidy them up as best as I could to try and get them out of the way. I may try and do a bit more of it to try and tidy it up a bit more, but I think in general I think all the wiring is okay, and I know where it all goes, I know what it all does, and it's all in a nice neat tidy bundle, so nobody's going to be tripping over it, and it doesn't look too unsightly. So this section here is just hidden away. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will put up another update soon.